Hey guys, Boomer Jr. here, and welcome to Mario Kart Super Circuit, the third Mario Kart Let's Play on my channel. Let's just jump right into the game, and I'll talk as we go along. We're going to be doing Mario GP, which is Grand Prix 100cc, and yes, this is all pre-selected with Yoshi and everything else, because I've already had a failed take where I got rank A and first on every course. But I've had no practice besides that, and one quick run where I went through, you got the recording and everything. But hopefully this goes as well as my first recording did, because it went absolutely swimmingly. And so, if that goes as well, I will be one happy camper. That's a pretty good start, but I didn't exactly hold it out myself, unfortunately. Peach, can you just go get fucked? That'd be nice. Okay. We're gonna move this way. Here we go. Alright, beautiful. A nice early lead with an item. So, if anybody's wondering, I am playing this on emulator. I'm not playing this on an actual Game Boy. And with that also comes the fact that I'm playing with a Super Nintendo controller right now. So I used to have something called a Raspberry Pi emulator center, which was pretty much an old Nintendo cartridge stuffed full of classic games, and this controller came with it when I bought it. Well, I did not buy it, but we owned it. And so now that that doesn't really get used anymore because it's sustained a little bit of damage, I use these controllers and they're USB, so they hook into my computer perfectly and are great for playing classic emulator games, such as this one. Also, we took that first beautifully, 9 points, and also from the last race, so long as everything goes similarly, I only need to take 3 firsts on the first 3 tracks, and I should cement myself the victory. Now, what I had an issue with on this track, and usually do in general, was coins. So I'm going to make a bit of a big deal of trying to stock some coins early, both for the crab and for incoming enemies. I shouldn't say enemies, I should say items, but I misspoke. Okay, if we can somehow lose this many coins, that's somehow on me, because right now we are minted. So, I don't see how much harm can come to us. The lead's quite nice, and it seems like the CPUs aren't even rubber banding that hard. Now, if anybody doesn't know, back in the era when this game was made, which was made for the Game Boy Advance, rubber banding was kind of big thing in Mario Kart. Of course, it wasn't like that big of a topic. That was just how Mario Kart functioned back then. But if you go back and play it now, you really notice any lead you get on the CPUs usually disappears. Like, look at that. If you just watched the minimap there, you would have saw the CPU shoot right back into a reasonable distance from being behind and taking a huge hit. And that's exactly what I meant by rubber banding. But luckily, we take first once again, and if you can't tell by the time these races are taking us, this is going to be a short video, but you probably already know that because you clicked on it. But regardless, we're going to move on, and what you see there, pure gold. The fact that Toad and Peach have switched off positions pretty much cements us the dub if we get one more. Because they keep switching, they won't have the points cumulatively from getting, like, repeated seconds because they're switching second and third. So please, let's say Peach goes second this time and Toad goes second for the final race. Now, as a kid, this track used to trip me up quite a bit, and I will admit, in my last recording, it definitely was no cakewalk. But, what happened last time is how I'm playing this, since the emulator doesn't seem to like my USB controller, and whenever I hook it in through the direct emulator, it just holds down endlessly. If anybody knows how to fix that in No Dollars GBA, that's the emulator name, then please leave it in the comments down below, because I would love to have a simpler emulator setup, but it doesn't seem like that will be the case, so I'm using a program called Anti-Micro, which pretty much allows me to map keyboard keys to my controller, and so I've done this before for emulation, so it was nothing too big for me to do. And so pretty much what I did is I just made a keyboard layout, and then I hooked that in through Anti-Micro, mapped it to the correct buttons, and now I'm playing with my SNES controller with absolutely no issues. Now, I did have one issue during practice, which luckily hasn't happened yet in either of the recordings, suck it Toad, which is that my controller actually disconnected. Like, the cord's not exactly fully attached, because obviously it's not an on-brand Nintendo controller or anything, it's kind of just, it was made for the Pi. And so, pretty much, sometimes it has a few issues, but it's been playing absolutely flawlessly for me here. But what happened in my last recording... Wow, that took out my red shell, goddamn. What happened in my last recording, which is why I brought up Anti-Micro, is that pretty much, one of my keys was bound to what my mute button was in my recording software, and I didn't realize that. And so as soon as I started playing, I just muted my mic, and the entire video was silence, which was kind of unfortunate, but we have secured the win, because if you don't know, in these older games, the player cannot place lower than 4th. That's simply unable to happen. It will have you retry the course. And if you look, I also have a 12-point gap between myself and Toad, which means no matter what now, even if I do finish the race 4th, which is a possibility, because if you've seen my Super Mario Kart Let's Play, I'm not friends with Bowser's Castle in any way. But we are safe no matter what happens here. Which honestly just brings me a lot of joy, having another good recording, because I was finishing that last video, like, thinking to myself, like, this is the dream take. Like, this is what I've been waiting for, like, a video like this, where no issues happen, and then I go into OBS. I didn't even check the video, because I'm not working with PlayClaw this time. I'm working with OBS, simply because PlayClaw wouldn't recognize this as an actual window on my computer, which was kind of odd. And take that, Toad. Thank you. And so I had to switch to OBS, but I went in and it says mic muted, and I just blew my lead. So we're unfortunately not going to get this perfect performance, I don't think. Not unless I get a red shell right here and can gun Toad. Can it happen? Did he pass it? No, he had passed it. Oh, that was so unfortunate. Well, guys, we still had a pretty decent recording overall. Not quite as incredible as my first one where I got A rank all first. But regardless, all of our friends are here once again. And as I said last time, Shy Guys, Goombas, Bomb-Oms, and Koopas, there's no way there's gonna not be a fight after this. Especially once they see that Yoshi has won this. Now ship me out that trophy, Cheep Cheep, and let's get this show on the road. B rank, I can take that. No harm in that. You want to know something funny, though? Last time, I actually ended with 69 coins as well. But with that, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more, since this will be a Let's Play on my channel. A short one, but a Let's Play nonetheless. And comment, who is your favorite character in this game? And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!